Sometimes when a mother and a father are divorced, there's discussion about who the child should go with, the mother or the father. Now, there's this judge, he's really wise, and he's this man that's very experienced in divorces, and he decides who the child gets to go with.
Why does he get to decide?
Because, that's what he does. He's a very powerful man.
Like a principal?
Bigger than a principal. The judge sits in these big robes in this big chair. He's thought a lot about us, about you and me and your dad. And he's decided that it would be best if you go live with your dad in his apartment.
I don't understand, Mommy.
Well, I'm very lucky because even though you get to live with your dad, I get to see you once a week for dinner and a couple weekends a month.
But where will my bed be?
At your dad's. He'll have a bed for you in your own room.
Where will my toys be?
I'll send your toys. And I bet you're gonna get some new ones.
Who will read me my stories?
Your dad.
Mommy, what if the face comes when I'm at Daddy's?
Your dad knows all about the face, okay? Don't worry. Don't worry.
Will you come and say goodnight to me every night?
Look, it's getting cold out. Why don't you go inside where it's warm, all right? I'll be in a minute. Go on, scoot.
So, where'd you go last night? We thought you was coming out to the dirt track.
I didn't feel like it.
Lance was looking for you. You look good, too. Got his ear pierced in 3 places and had little gold rings in. You look cool.
That's not gonna go over so well at the lumber yard.
Lisa was hanging on him. I'm serious. He won all his races, too.
He always wins the quarter mile, ever since he was 12. Why don't he move up to the half mile and go for it?
Why do you give him such a hard time? I wish Dale ever treated me half as nice as Lance treats you.
I wouldn't take the shit that you take from Dale, Darlene, and you don't have to.
Well, I've got Ashley to think of now.
You always took shit from him.
He don't mean it.
What does he mean, Darlene? One of these days he's gonna mow you down in the parking lot in that stupid high-wheeler he went and bought.
Do you want Lance or not?
You ever read the wedding announcements in the banner?
We don't get a paper regular.
That's right. You only get the celebrity star.
When I get the celebrity star, you read the whole thing.
Yeah, but you believe it.
It's right there in black and white. Why wouldn't it be true? Darlene, suppose you don't believe the wedding announcements either.
Oh, I believe them. That's what's wrong with them. The bride is a medical receptionist. The bridegroom is a shipping clerk at Sears. After a honeymoon in Florida, they will be living in Lindenville.
Wish Dale was a shipping clerk at Sears.
The bridegroom is a plumber's assistant in Crawley. The bride is a clerk at the Crawley laundromat. After a honeymoon in the Poconos, they will be living in Crawley.
I bet never in my whole life will I see the Poconos with Dale. But Lance, he'd take you anywhere if you just not spit on him.
Lance likes it when I spit on him, Darlene, and you're missing the point. Is that all they're gonna get? Probably get pregnant on their boring honeymoon and then forever after be living in Lindenville? Don't that depress you?
Depresses me because they're so much better off than me.
I give up.
You seeing anybody besides Lance?
I ain't seeing Lance.
You know what I mean.
I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Well, sure do seem all stirred up to me.
I'm alive.
I just admire your maturity, that's all. I mean, there are people who would find that kind of perfection boring. Day after day, year after year.
See, that's what I thought at first. How can you like someone that perfect? No potential for long-range livability. Luckily, the closer I watched, the more the fault came into focus. Each imperfection, its own slice of vulnerability.
Such as?
She's too genuine.
Hate that.
How can you trust someone who can't be mistrusted?
What's next?
Every time I leave the toilet seat up, no matter what, she forgets and she puts it down.
Endearingly absent-minded.
My very point. And here's another one. Every morning she makes the bed.
Quite the little eccentric.
And at first I thought it was a gag. But she's always done it.
Is there a coup de grace in here somewhere?
She admires Tommy Lasorda.
Waiter! Check,
She finds
please.
him personable. Then again, she has a few good traits.
Give me like 8 or 9 off the top 10 list.
First girl I ever knew that let me give her a bath. And when I hug her, even in public, I can hold on as long as I want. She lets me hold her as long as I want. Nice kid, don't you think?
Looks like. From here.
Action.
This is gonna go a lot better,
Why?
because I got you some bobtail arrows. They're a lot easier.
Why?
Well, they've got, they're thicker there at the end. They taper toward the knock.
What's the knock?
It's the end of the arrow.
What was I using before?
Chested arrows. That guy didn't know what he was doing.
Okay.
Fletch it.
What?
Fix your arrow in. That's the term. They used to call arrow makers Fletchers. That's where the last name came from. Right there, right below the knock. Yeah, there. Okay. Ah, awesome. Okay, let's let loose a few, huh? Come on. Here, let's show our stuff.
Okay.
Okay, now, aim about a half foot above. Now you steady yourself. Are you aligned?
Yeah.
Okay, let it go.
Shit.
Come on, Shelley. Get your arrow. Do you just not care?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yeah, you don't care, or yeah, you do care?
Yeah, I don't care.
Really? Well, what is it you like? Let's look at it that way.
What?
What interested you when you thought about archery?
I don't know. Going hunting or something.
Hunting? For animals?
Yeah.
You wanted to shoot animals with arrows?
Yeah. To kill them.
That's not archery, that's bow hunting. Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah. I saw it on TV.
Well, I don't really want to kill animals with arrows, so that's not gonna happen. We can target shoot, Shelley.
But that's no fun. Targets don't move.
Well, you know, Shelley, you haven't really hit one yet.
You should support me.
I do. I support you. All right, forget it. Take your bracer off. We won't shoot anymore. Okay. There's a chance I've got to go to New York. You think you might want to come with me, maybe?
Yeah.
Baxter, I was wondering what you look like. Sit down.
Yes, Mr. Shelty.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about you at the office. Here's a report here from Mr. Davish. He says that you are quite loyal, cooperative, and resourceful.
Mr. Davish said that?
Yes, he did. And Mr. Kirkaby, he says that you stay after hours, late at night, without overtime.
Well, you know how things get pile up.
Well, Mr. Vanderhoff in Public Relations and Mr. Eichelberger in Mortgage Loan, they'd like to have you go to their department.
Well, that's very flattering.
Tell me, Baxter, what is it that makes you so popular?
I don't know.
Well, think.
Can you repeat that question?
Oh, don't play dumb with me, Baxter. I know everything that goes on in this building. On every floor, every department, every day of the year.
You do?
There wasn't another employee here, a Mr. Fowler. He was popular too. It turns out he was running a bookie joint on the actuarial department, tying up the business lines and using the IBM computers to calculate the odds. So I called the Vice Squad, and we raided the 13th floor.
Vice Squad?
That's right, Baxter.
Well, what does this have to do with me? I'm not running any kind of bookie joint.
What kind of joint are you running?
Sir?
There's a key floating around the departments between all four of the men I have mentioned. And this key belongs to a specific employee, an employee that works here. Do you know who that is?
Who?
Loyal, cooperative, resourceful C.C. Baxter.
Oh.
Are you going to deny it?
Well, no, I'm not gonna deny it, but perhaps if you let me explain.
Oh, I think you should.
Oh, okay. Well, it was 6 months ago, and I was actually going to night school for advanced accounting, and so this man that was in my department, he lives in Jersey, but he needed to go to a banquet at the Biltmore, and so his wife was gonna meet him, but of course he needed a place to change into his tuxedo, so I helped him. I gave him my key. And I don't. Word must have gotten out then, because before you knew it, everyone was going to banquets. And you can't just give one person a key and not give it to another person. Pardon me.
Look, Baxter. An insurance company is founded on public trust. If any employee conducts himself in a manner unbecoming, how many charter members are there in this little club of yours?
Oh, just four, that's all. And that's out of 13,259. So actually we can be very proud of our personnel percentage-wise.
Well, that's not the point. 4 bad apples, no matter how large the barrel. You realize if this ever leaked out, Baxter, you'd be finished.
Oh, but it won't leak out. Apples and barrels, I agree, and it won't leak out, I promise. And this will be finished. I won't do it anymore. No one will ever set foot in my apartment again, including me.
Where is this apartment, Baxter?
Beth,
What?
come here.
I'm doing a crossword puzzle.
Come here, I need to talk to you.
What?
Have you been playing my records again?
Yeah, so?
So, didn't I tell you the procedure?
Yeah, you told me all about it, Steve. Everything has to be in alphabetical order.
And what else?
Everything has to be filed alphabetically and according to year is what else?
And what else?
I don't know.
What else?
I don't know.
Well, let me give you a hint, okay? I found my James Brown record filed under the J's instead of the B's. Now, I don't know who taught you to alphabetize, but on top of that, it was filed in the rock and roll section instead of the R&B section. How could you do that?
It's too complicated, Steve. I mean, see, every time I want to take out a record, I gotta go through this procedure. It's just music. I just want to hear the music, that's all.
Is it too complicated for you to keep my records in the category? Okay. Just keep the rock and roll records in the rock and roll section and the R&B section with the R&B records.
All right, I don't know what you're getting so crazy about. I mean, it's just music. It's not such a big deal.
Now, would you put Charlie Parker in the rock and roll section?
I don't know.
Would you?
Who's Charlie Parker?
Jazz.
Oh.
Jazz. Charlie Parker was the greatest jazz saxophone player of all time.
Why are you yelling at me? I never hear you yelling at any of your friends.
Pick a record.
Why?
Just pick a record. Okay. What's on the hit side?
Good golly, Miss Molly.
That's right. Now ask me what's on the flip side.
Why?
Will you just ask me what's on the flip side, please?
What's on the flip side?
Hey, 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 hey. That's the song. 1958. Specialty Records. See? You don't ask me things like that.
Well,
No. Why not?
because I don't give a shit.
Okay, I can see that.
Who cares about what's on the flip side of a record?
I do. Let me tell you, let me explain something to you. Every one of my records means something to me, okay? The label, the producer, the year it was made, okay? Who's copy off whose style and who's expanding on it, okay? Every time I listen to one of my records, it takes me back to a certain place, okay? I tell you what, since it's not so important to you, all right, leave my records alone, okay? Just don't play them. Don't, leave them alone. Are we clear on that?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Oh, yeah. One more thing. The first time I met you was Lincoln Academy's graduation high school dance, 1965. And ain't that a shame? Was playing when I walked in the door.
What's your usual salary?
$35 daily for me, 20 for each of my associates, plus fees and my final fee for if I show results.
Whoever's behind my husband's death, or would they go through all of this?
Money. How they plan to get it by emptying the reservoir, that I don't know.
Pay you your salary, plus $5,000 if you tell me what happened to Hollis and who was involved.
Davis, draw up one of our regular forms for Miss Mulray. Tell me, did you get married before or after Mulray and your father sold the water department? Your father is Julian Cross, isn't he?
Yes, of course. It was sometime after. I was just out of grade school when they did all that.
So you married your father's business partner. Is there something upsetting about my asking about your father?
No. Well, maybe a little. Hollis and my father had a falling out.
Over the water department or you?
No, not over me. Why would they have a falling out over me?
And it was the water department.
Not exactly. Well, yes and no, I suppose. You see, Hollis thought that the public deserved to own the water. I don't think my father felt the same way. Actually, it was over the Vanderlip, that dam that broke.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Hollis never forgave my father for it,
Never forgave him for what?
for convincing him to build the damn thing. He never forgave my father. They haven't spoken to this day.
Sure about that?
Of course, I'm sure.
What about you? You and your father get along?
I suppose.
Sign here. Top copy's yours.
What are you thinking?
Before this, turned the faucet on. It ran hot and cold. I didn't think there was a thing to it. Thank you.
Hey, cutie. Okay, so here's the good news. Yes, I will happily end my sabbatical and fill in my spot. I know that you and Frank are in a bind, so I'll start Monday. Call up props, call up wardrobe, tell them the R-Man's back and ready to whistle them happy tunes for the little chitlins. So who do I have to blow to get a scotch around here?
You have 2 seconds to pry your ass off my couch and get out.
God damn it, Nora, the rhino is gone. You need that slot filled, and I'm ready to reclaim what's rightfully mine.
I don't know if you remember this, but you are a criminal and a scumbag.
Okay, so maybe I commandeered a stray shekel or two. I mean, big deal. I mean, compared to what that smoochy guy did, it's like jerking off in a fucking supermarket.
Where did you go to shop?
Come on. Have you lost all the love and affection for me after what we once had?
It was a long time ago. And I was young and dumb.
Why we broke up, I'll never know.
Because you became an asshole. And I didn't love you.
Okay, so maybe we could have worked through it. God damn it, Nora! The fucking public is clamoring for me. They're begging for my name. I'm a fucking patriot. Mopes is a Nazi. He's evil, Nora. He's probably even gay. I mean, you should have seen how he was checking me out in the car.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
You said he was checking you out in the car. What car?
No, it was a vibe, okay? It was a Nazi homosexual vibe, okay? I mean, it emanates from the TV screen.
You're talking
I mean,
extremely
the
fast
smoochy
here,
costume.
Randall! Were you at the rally?
No.
Tell me! Did you have something to do with this? Did you set up Sheldon?
You know what? I remember why we broke up. Always with the accusation. Bitch, 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 bitch! Oof.
Can we make this quick? Because Roxanne, Corrine, and Andrew Barrett are having this incredibly horrendous public breakup out on the quad.
Yeah, okay. I thought we'd start with pronunciation, if that's okay with you.
Okay, not the hacking, gagging, and spitting part, please.
Well, there is an alternative. French food. We could eat some, together. Saturday night?
Wait. Are you asking me out? That's so cute. What's your name?
Cameron. Listen,
I know your dad doesn't let you date, but I thought if it was for fridge class, then maybe...
Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Curtis?
Cameron.
Okay, well, my dad actually just came up with this new rule. I can date when my sister does.
You're kidding. Well, let me ask you, do you like sailing? Because I read about this place that rents out boats and...
Beaucoup problemo, Calvin. You see, in case you haven't heard, my sister is a particularly hideous breed of loser.
Yeah, I noticed she's a little antisocial. Why is that?
That is an unsolved mystery. Because, like, you know, she used to be really popular and all, but I guess she just got sick of it. Or something. But, you know, there is a bit as to why. It's just, I think it's just because she's incapable of human interaction. Plus, she's a bitch.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure, you know, that there's lots of guys who wouldn't mind going out with a difficult woman. I mean, you know, people jump out of airplanes, ski off cliffs. It could be like extreme dating.
You think you can find someone that extreme?
Yeah, sure, why not?
And you'd do that for me.
Oh, yes. I mean, you know, I would look into it. So, have you heard about Bogey Lowenstein's party?
Yes, and I really, really, really want to go, but I can't. Not unless my sister goes.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on that. But so far, she's not going for my guy. She's not,
A Katie Lang fan? No. I once found this picture of Jared Leto in her drawer once. So, I'm pretty sure she's not harboring same-sex tendencies.
Okay, so that's the kind of guy she likes. Pretty guys.
I don't know. Well, all I've ever heard her say is that she'd die before dating a guy that smokes.
Okay, all right. What else?
You're asking me to investigate the inner workings of my sister's twisted mind. No, I don't think so.
Well, nothing else has worked. I mean, we need to go behind enemy lines here.
So right here we have her class schedule, reading list, coffee tickets, movie, black panties.
What does that tell us?
It means she wants to have sex someday, that's what.
Well, maybe she just likes the color.
No. You don't buy black lingerie unless you want someone to see it.